Okay, this video is for how to navigate yourself around once you are inside the online course portal. So you'll have different views of this depending on how many courses you have signed up to that I have. So these aren't all of my online courses, but these are the ones that I have given myself access to under this test account that I have. So you basically want to navigate yourself to this page, and to do that, you might not arrive on this page. It might be one or two others, but you basically want to look for these nine, 3 rows of three, basically 9 little dots up here. Excuse me. Click on them once, and by clicking on courses, you are going to find your way to this page. You might just have one course. You might have multiple. So yes, and then from there, all you're going to do is click on each one, and that will take you into the course content that you have access to. So for this particular video, I want to focus on the Waxworks members because, and if you have any of these courses, this is the only thing you need to concern yourself with. You'll go into your online course. They're all self-study. There'll be information in there on how to contact me if you need to, and you basically work your way through at your own pace, according to what you need. If you are a member of the Waxworks at Arty Heaven, which is basically a monthly membership, it's a space that I've created for community. It's for new, but you don't need to be at any certain level. It can be for new people to Encaustic. There are, longer term artists in there, newcomers and people that have been in the group for a long time. So it's really a lovely mix. But if you're ready, you want to create, you want to learn, you want to grow and expand your practice, then this is the sort of support group for you. So this area, this is the online course basically within the Waxworks. However, there are two additional areas you also want to be aware of for the community aspect. So you'll come in, and then this works in the same way as any of my other courses. You come through and you study this at your own pace. You pick and mix according to what takes your fancy, if you like. And it's a growing library. I'm always adding new information in here. There's a host of information on the Zoom replays, lots of it really inspiring content. Yeah, hopefully there's enough on the descriptions to kind of give you a bit of an idea. It's also fine to ask questions as well, and I can point you in the direction of resources that might help. So this is inside the online course portal, and then I've also got a little bit of historic content from when I first started. This is 2020 was when this area began to grow, and then obviously we got sidetracked for a year or two, and I moved to Cornwall. So, but it's nice to look back that actually what the information in there is still very relevant to the current iterations. So there's plenty in there to keep going with. So that's like the online course portal where I will upload longer videos, content, mini courses, etc. However, in addition to that, this area, there is a second area that you want to be aware of, and that is the communities area. So I actually have two aspects of this group on the community, within the community. So one is on Facebook. However, not everybody does Facebook. So I also have this communities area, which is off any sort of social media. And they both have benefits, so I'm keeping the two running alongside each other for a moment. So once you're in, come and check out the communities area. So this is only available if you're a member of the Waxworks at Arty Heaven sort of monthly membership area. But you want to find your way into communities. And then once you're in here, you'll kind of see, you'll be met with something along these lines. So you'll have discussion at the top, and that's a little bit like the Facebook page where kind of, I won't scroll all the way to the bottom, but there's all sorts of information there. It's broken out in sections actually. So that basically this area here, I'm currently on the home area, and that basically contains everything. But if you just wanted to jump straight to, like I've got an inspiration for higher heat. This is kind of the place to ask questions, look, there's a place to share your art, and then updates for the Waxwork members. So I won't go through that all here, but do have a dig into these different areas. But if you want to see everything, just go to the home section. The thing I find with this area, there are some really great features, but then there are also, I find it's a little bit limited in visual terms for my liking. being an artist, I like to be able to see everything. I love the Facebook style where you can kind of see 5 images all at once and you think, oh, that looks interesting. I can go and look into that. But the format in here is very much headline, little bit 2-line description and 1 image. And you have to kind of dig into everything to find the next thing. So for example, here on this piece, you know, there are actually 3 images in there. This one here, I've actually got 2 images, so there's more information, but you can't kind of scan it quite as easily as you can with Facebook. So I'm hoping that functionality might improve and get more visual over time. But you know, there are many positives as well. So one of the things I like to do, I'm actually logged in on a test account here, but when I'm logged in on my own account, what I can do at this point is create a post, and then I can actually put an @ and put everyone, and that will actually send a notification to everybody that there's something really important that needs an update. So that's a really handy feature which you can't do in Facebook, or and I don't use that lightly. I only do, you know, like really important updates that people need to know. So that's a really cool feature. You come across to learning, and this includes any other courses that are included within the Waxworks. And depending on at what point you joined, there may be more than this, there may be less. If you have more courses that aren't showing here, just jump yourself back to your courses area, because they'll be in there. So don't panic if you can't see them here. But this is basically a quick shortcut. Clicked too quickly there. A quick shortcut back to where we were. Right, there we go. Yeah, a quick shortcut to some extra courses that you can go and review. Just as I just did that, there's an option if you prefer a light version versus a darker version. You can toggle between those. Not a feature I tend to use, but as I clicked on it by mistake. Excuse me. The other thing you can see about other members in here, there's leaderboard functionality, which I might start using in the future, but for now I'm not. The thing I do like are the events. So there's a calendar, and then this will detail when our next Waxworks calls are. So we have 2 monthly Zooms every month. You will find the link here. I also email the link out normally about an hour before the call as well. But you will find the link to join and all of the dates on here as well. And then once they're uploaded, you automatically get an email, so I don't need to manually go back and email you to let you know when the next call is. So that's another positive feature, although I am still refining the automated emails, so that is a work in progress. Anyhow, so that's this area. So this is the difference between communities and courses. So I'm going to go back to the courses area now. So to switch between the two, it's as simple as that. So literally you're looking for these 9 little dots, you know, 3 rows of 3, and switching between communities versus courses. Once you're in those, you just click and select any of the ones that you're looking for. To log out, so you can see this is a test account. If you need to manage your account at all, you can find it here. And to log out, just obviously log out and away you go. So hopefully that will help you navigate your way around the course, particularly if you haven't managed to find your way into the areas, if you're a bit confused on how to start. If you need help on logging in, I've just recorded a video on how to log in. Really easy, even with a one-time passcode if you can't remember any of your passwords or anything. So check that video out as well. Alrighty, hope to see you inside soon. Bye.